$300. That's not a serious investment. That's not a retirement plan. That's a test. And in Forex, that tiny amount has started journeys that ended in 7 figures. You know what makes Forex so dangerous? It's not just the leverage. It's not the charts. Not even the market makers. It's the fact that with just a few $100s, the dream actually feels close enough to touch. And that changes you. Because when you first hear that someone can turn $300 into millions in the Forex market, something wakes up inside you. Not logic, not discipline, fantasy. You start seeing the life, the freedom, the screenshots, the withdrawals. The moment you finally prove to everybody, maybe even to yourself, that you were never broke because you were stupid. You were just unprepared. And that's why Forex pulls people in harder than almost any other market on earth. Because unlike traditional investing, where small money grows painfully slow, Forex whispers something much more seductive. It says, you don't need much, you just need one real chance. And that's where the story begins, not with money, with hope. A lot of traders don't enter Forex because they love the market. They enter because they're tired. Tired of being stuck, tired of moving slowly, tired of feeling like life is happening faster for everybody else. So when Forex shows up and says, with the right leverage, the right timing, the right discipline, small money can become big money. Of course you listen. How could you not? If you've ever sat there staring at a $300 account like it was your last shot, if you've ever imagined what it would feel like to flip that into something real, not just extra cash, but big juicy stack of cash, the kind of money that changes how you breathe, then this video is for you, because yes, that kind of growth is possible, but not for the reason most people think. And this is where the story changes, because the traders who eventually build serious money in Forex, they do not start by beating the market. They start by getting destroyed by themselves. That's the part nobody really tells you. See, when you start winning your first trades as a beginner, you stop thinking clearly. You start feeling chosen. You start thinking maybe you found your thing. Maybe you finally cracked it. Maybe this market is about to give you everything life held back. You think trading is just about finding the right setup, the right mentor, the right strategy. Maybe it's just about price action, indicators, order flow, confirmation. You think the cure to all your problems is out there somewhere until money gets emotional. That's when your real enemies show up. Fear of losing, FOMO, greed, revenge, impatience, the need to make it back now, the need to prove you're right, the need to do something when the best move is nothing. You meet your biggest enemy, you. You start the day calm. Then one loss changes your breathing. 2 losses changes your mood. 3 losses and now you're clicking like a different person. Now you're angry. Now you want revenge. Now this isn't execution anymore. Now it's a fucking war. And this is the phase nobody posts. The ugly phase. The phase where you win a little, then give it all back. The phase where you promise yourself, next time I'll be disciplined. Then break your rules the second pressure hits. The phase where one red trade doesn't just hurt your account. It hurts your identity, because the deepest pain in trading is not losing. It's self-betrayal. That weird mix of obsession and pain. You can't let go, but you also can't seem to do it right. And once that starts happening, the spiral gets uglier. You reload, you come back smarter. You swear this time will be different. Maybe for a day, it is. Then London opens, price spikes, you get stopped, you re-enter, you force another trade. You overtrade New York, now the whole day is gone. The whole account is damaged. And you don't even know when you stopped trading the chart and started trading your emotions. This is where most traders think they have a strategy problem, when really they have a self-control problem. And yes, the market is brutal. Yes, there are bigger players. Yes, there are moments where price feels almost surgical, like it knows exactly where your stop is. It wants your panic. It wants your bad entry, your rushed click, your emotional exit. That's the part people call manipulation. But here's the truth that actually matters. The market makers don't need to destroy you. Most traders get destroyed by their own minds, their own decisions. Most traders are already betraying themselves. The big players only benefit from your panic, from your FOMO. They benefit from your stop in the obvious place. They benefit from your oversized trade taken for emotional reasons. But the first trap was never the market. It was always about you. And you know what the funny part is? That should give you hope. Because now you have full control. Now you can actually change things. You can change how you react to the market. Not quickly, not magically, but it can change. And for the trader who eventually makes it, the change usually starts at rock bottom. Not when he's winning, when he's sick of himself. When he finally sees that the account wasn't just exposing the market, it was exposing him, his impatience, his ego, his fear. That's the moment the story turns, because the trader who stays stuck keeps asking, what strategy makes the most money? The trader who starts growing asks much more painful question. Why do I keep sabotaging the strategy I already have? That question changes everything. At first you're trying to flip $300. Now you're trying to become someone who can be trusted with more than $300. So the comeback starts smaller than your ego wants. Less size, less forcing, less fantasy, more patience, more skipped trades, more moments where nothing happens and you don't touch anything. And this the exact point where I struggled, and I'm still struggling the most. At first, it feels almost insulting because this isn't the sexy part. This is the desert. This is where the account grows too slowly to impress anybody. This is where discipline feels invisible. And this is exactly where most people blow themselves up again, because they can survive pain more easily than they can survive boredom. So be very aware at this point. Be very aware of your urge to chase excitement, to force action, to destroy the rhythm that was finally starting to save you. Remember that the first big win is exciting. The first month of discipline is harder because now you're not fighting the market anymore. You're fighting the part of yourself that needs drama. And slowly you'll notice that the account starts behaving differently. Now watch closer what happens when emotion gets out of the way. Because the way out isn't hotter. It's colder. It's systematic. The $300 survives the week, then it survives the month, then it becomes $500, then $800, then it pulls back, then it climbs again, then one day it's 4 figures. Still not life-changing, still not viral, but now it's proof, and proof is where the real story begins. Because once a trader can finally trust himself, the money starts behaving differently. A small account becomes a track record. A track record becomes confidence. Real confidence, not ego, not hype, not I'm about to be rich. Confidence built on repetition, on control, on not falling apart every time money gets emotional. And that proof starts opening doors. Maybe it becomes a few thousand. Maybe profits get rolled into a bigger account. Maybe a prop firm gives access to more capital. Maybe other people start paying attention because now there's something real to look at. This is the part most people miss when they hear titles like this. Nobody serious goes from $300 to $7 million because one untouched $300 account flies in a perfect straight line. Wake up to reality. That's not how real trading careers work. The $300 is the beginning, the proof of concept, the first test. If a trader can protect that, grow that, recover from losing it, and come back different, then the game changes, because now it's no longer just about compounding a tiny account. Now it's about compounding skill, compounding trust, compounding emotional control on bigger and bigger capital. That's how the numbers stop looking small. $300 becomes $3,000. $3,000 becomes $30,000. $30,000 becomes proof. Proof gets you funded capital, bigger opportunity, more scale. And over years, not days, not weekends, not fantasy, that journey can end in the multi-million world. That is how a tiny account can be connected to a massive outcome. They do not start by beating the market. They start by getting destroyed by themselves. Then, if they're rare enough, honest enough, disciplined enough, they rebuild. They become patient when they want action. calm when they want revenge, disciplined when greed starts talking, humble when ego wants to prove something, consistent when progress feels invisible. That's when the outside starts catching up to the inside. The outer result is money. The inner journey is war. That's the real story. So yes, a trader can start with $300 and end up in a 7 million reality. If you've been stuck, if you keep jumping from strategy to strategy, stop treating trading like it's only a chart problem. It is not. It's a discipline problem, a mindset problem, an emotional control problem, a self-sabotage problem, even an identity problem. Once you see that, you stop asking, "What should I trade?" and start asking, "Who do I become when money is on the line?" That question will take you further than any other strategy ever will. It will build someone who doesn't keep dying at $300. And if you want the real side of trading, not just setups, not just hype, not just empty motivation, but the real deep psychology behind fear, revenge trading, FOMO, overtrading, discipline, patience, execution, and the inner game that decides whether you grow or keep repeating the same cycle. Subscribe, because this channel is for traders who are done playing games with themselves. Master that part of you, and the money story can change. Ignore it, and nothing else will save you.